as sightings of metallic orbs and synchronized drones continue to spread across the globe. The veil of secrecy surrounding them has become increasingly difficult to ignore. Government disinformation campaigns, long suspected by conspiracy theorists, are now being openly challenged as more whistleblowers emerge with startling claims. According to these insiders, the U.S. government, alongside key global allies, has engaged in a systematic effort to suppress information related to the phenomenon, using both traditional media and digital platforms as instruments of control. This strategy mirrors tactics employed during the height of Cold War-era UFO sightings, where military agencies regularly classified aerial phenomena as weather balloons, experimental aircraft, or outright fabrications. However, the scale and sophistication of the current cover-up seem unprecedented, extending deep into social media algorithms and automated censorship protocols. One whistleblower, identified only by the alias Archer, claimed during a live-streamed interview that he had worked as a data analyst for a government subcontractor specializing in digital information control. According to Archer, part of his role was to monitor trending footage of orb sightings and flag it for immediate review. Videos exceeding a specific threshold of views were automatically reported to Platform K administrators under the guise of violating community guidelines. Archer described the process as surgical, with accounts being shadow banned or outright deleted if their content reached too many eyes. His claims were backed by leaked emails showing communication between government officials and tech company executives, discussing how best to manage viral footage of orb incidents. The evidence included coordination timestamps that coincided almost perfectly with mass takedowns of UFO-related videos following major sightings. For those who already suspected a cover-up, Archer's revelations were nothing short of confirmation. The strategy of disinformation is not limited to digital censorship. Mainstream news outlets have also played a role in downplaying orb sightings. In multiple instances, media coverage has been framed with skepticism, featuring commentary from experts who attribute the phenomena to weather anomalies, camera glitches, or hoaxes. Even when presented with compelling evidence, such as synchronized drone movements over military installations or clear footage of metallic orbs hovering in restricted airspace, news reports default to dismissive language. Skeptics are labeled as conspiracy theorists, and witnesses are often portrayed as unreliable or attention-seeking. This narrative control is reminiscent of Project Mockingbird, a Cold War-era CIA operation designed to manipulate media coverage and influence public perception. While Mockingbird was officially dismantled, many believe its practices have been refined and adapted to the digital age. The level of secrecy and strategic misinformation surrounding the orb phenomenon bears a striking resemblance to historical UFO cover-ups. The most infamous of these is the Roswell incident of 1947, where the discovery of mysterious debris near Roswell, New Mexico, was hastily explained away as a weather balloon. For decades, eyewitnesses and military insiders have come forward to challenge the official narrative, asserting that what was recovered was not of terrestrial origin. Despite numerous documentaries, declassified reports, and investigative books, the U.S. government has never fully acknowledged the true nature of the event. Similarly, the Phoenix Lights incident of 1997, where thousands of residents in Arizona witnessed massive, silent lights hovering over the city, was officially attributed to military flares, an explanation widely rejected by those who saw the phenomenon firsthand. These incidents are now viewed as blueprints for how government agencies manage mass sightings, with swift disinformation, strategic ridicule, and tightly controlled narratives. This historical pattern of denial and obfuscation has led many to believe that the 2025 orb sightings are part of an orchestrated event known as Great Disclosure Delay. This theory posits that governments worldwide are aware of extraterrestrial contact, or, at the very least, interdimensional entities, but are deliberately withholding information for fear of societal upheaval. Proponents argue that global economic systems, religious institutions, and political stability would be threatened by the sudden revelation of non-human intelligence. As a result, governments employ a two-pronged strategy: suppress genuine sightings, while slowly acclimating the public to the idea of extraterrestrial life through media and entertainment. This gradual conditioning, some believe, is designed to mitigate panic when full disclosure finally occurs. One of the most controversial components of the Great Disclosure delay is the rumored existence of ORB, vaults underground facilities where recovered orbs are stored and studied. Independent researchers claim that these vaults are scattered across the United States, hidden within military bases and secretive installations such as Area 51, Dugway Proving Ground, and Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. According to sources familiar with these operations, the orbs are kept in hermetically sealed chambers to prevent environmental interference. Periodic attempts to activate the orbs have been reported, with some experiments allegedly resulting in unexplained electromagnetic pulses and brief power outages in surrounding areas. These activation attempts are said to be part of Operation Catalyst, a black budget project aimed at reverse engineering orb technology. The ultimate goal, according to whistleblowers, is to unlock propulsion methods that could revolutionize both military and commercial aviation. The implications of successful reverse engineering are staggering. If the orbs indeed utilize anti-gravity or electromagnetic propulsion, it would not only revolutionize transportation, but also redefine global energy systems. The orbs' seamless design and lack of visible power sources suggest that they might be tapping into energy fields that modern physics has yet to understand. Speculation abounds that these technologies, if revealed, could destabilize oil markets, disrupt the automotive industry, and render fossil fuels obsolete. Critics argue that this is precisely why governments have been so committed to secrecy. The political and economic ramifications of free, limitless energy would dismantle the power structures that currently dominate global economies. Yet, for all the theories of military technology and government cover-ups, a growing number of researchers are turning their focus towards the possibility of interdimensional origins. The interdimensional hypothesis, long overshadowed by the extraterrestrial hypothesis, suggests that these orbs are not from distant planets, but rather exist in parallel dimensions. According to this theory, the orbs are capable of phasing in and out of our perceptual reality, which would explain their sudden appearances and disappearances. Exploring the concept of brain theory proposed that multiple dimensions exist side by side, separated only by vibrational frequencies. If the orbs can manipulate these frequencies, they could theoretically move between planes of existence, appearing in our world momentarily before shifting back out of phase. This would also account for the electromagnetic disturbances reported by witnesses, as the very fabric of space-time may ripple during these transitions. The consequences of this theory are profound. If these objects are interdimensional, it would mean that our understanding of reality is only a fragment of a larger, multi-layered existence. Governments may be aware of this possibility and deliberately suppress it, fearing that public acknowledgement of parallel realities would destabilize not only scientific communities, but also philosophical and religious beliefs. This possibility suggests that the orbs are not merely observers, but envoys or probes sent to study our dimension, perhaps even influencing it in ways we do not yet comprehend. As 2025 progresses, sightings continue to escalate, and public curiosity grows. Online communities dedicated to tracking orb activity have become digital watchtowers, where sightings are mapped, analyzed, and shared in real time. These grassroots efforts are challenging the government's monopoly on information, making it increasingly difficult to suppress the narrative. In response, legislative efforts to regulate drone ownership and impose stricter airspace control have been introduced. Though many suspect these measures are less about security and more about limiting civilian capability to document the phenomenon. The truth behind the orb invasion remains elusive, but one fact is undeniable. Whatever these objects are, advanced technology, interdimensional probes, or something altogether different. They represent a seismic shift in our understanding of aerial phenomena. Governments may continue their denials, and media outlets may persist with their skepticism, but the eyes of millions are now fixed on the skies. Cameras at the ready, waiting for the next orb to appear. For those watching, the question is no longer if we are being observed, but why.